Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to learn about the advantages and limitations of remote sensing. Here, the advantages and disadvantages have been explained according to the platform given. According to the platform on hand or ground, the basic advantage that it can be used to identify the reflectance characteristics. It means that even if for an individual leaf or a plant or an area, this particular platform is used with best possible properties of reflectance. It is quite flexible in availability. It is quite easy to use and abundance in availability. Used for real-time spraying applications, whereas it's one of the application is that for spraying some sort of insecticide or pesticides over an agricultural area, this particular platform can be easily used with improved visibility. But the only disadvantage for this platform is that it cannot collect a single point image. It needs a proper area. Second is UAV. It is also flexibly available, relative of low cost, cheaply available. It has very high spatial resolution. Like its size, shape, it can take up to very highly available parameters. And sensors over this platform are changeable. Multiple sensors can be used at a time. Also, sensors can be easily changed. But some of the disadvantages are the unstable platform of UAV creates blurred images. It has some geographic distortion. It may also require some sort of certification to operate, and it may be limited in height above the ground. Processing data into field images also are prone to errors. Then the third platform is aircraft. This is relatively flexible as compared to others. It has very high spatial resolution. Also, the sensors are changeable. But a more biggest disadvantage is the high cost. And it also depends upon the weather condition. It may also give many errors due to the bad weather condition, which can be later on erected. Then the fourth platform is satellite. There are some free images which have been created by these satellites. Clear and stable images are also created. Large area within each image can be easily covered. Good historical data can be easily stored. It is of a high cost for high spatial resolution images. Clouds may hide ground features. It is used for some fixed schedule, not for all time. Data may not be collected at some critical times due to some at the point of some hectic issues. It may also need some to sort many images to obtain a particular information. Now, some of the advantages: it provides large areas, data for large areas. It also provides data for remote and inaccessible regions where we cannot reach directly. To obtain imaginary images of any area for a continuous period of time, this can be a great point to monitor any anthropogenic or natural changes in the landscape. Relatively inexpensive, and when compared to employing a team, whenever we employ a team, it is quite highly costly and expensive as compared to one equipment. We can have a very easy and rapid collection of data and even rapid production of maps for interpretation. The input is also very fast as compared to manual input, and the output is also very fast as compared to manual output. It will take very less time, hardly some hours. Some of the limitations are interpretation of imaginary requires some certain skill level. Every person would not be able to manage with a particular equipment. Some skill is needed to acquire by that particular person to operate such system. Need cross verification with the ground data, as sometimes error may exist. Data from multiple sources may create confusions also. Objects can be misclassified, or you may be confused due to some multiple images. With the relative motions of the sensors and source, distortions may occur in any image. So that's how we are explaining the advantages and limitations of remote sensing with different platforms and common points. Thank you for today's lecture.